Three jokes here. No. When they asked me, what do you want to be when you grow up? I answered, ever since I was 8 years old, I've always wanted to grow up to become a cigarette because it was the only thing that my father could never abandon. I was always afraid of smoking cigarettes because I was afraid of finding a father figure inside a pack of Marlboros for as long as I can remember. I've always felt like a man constantly in reverse, like the backwash of a drain, like karma's favorite crash test dummy, constantly begging someone for all the love that they've already given me. See, I started drinking and being with women in order to fill up all of the potholes inside of my spirit, but drinking more absolute only made me more obsolete. Now I'm just a soul made out of 50% recycled plastic that hugs so tight because it makes pretending that letting go is never an option easier. An assembly of a man that loves like a runaway locomotive. My tears still tending to the broken Lazarus pieces of women buried in my collarbone as I treated their orgasms like mirrors to convince myself that I was beautiful when I was 13. I first started building train tracks on my stomach, some on thighs, all the parts of me that I wish I could forget, but that only made me more a swollen, dirty pile of remorse, a shotgun shell inside a waiting room of catastrophe, with a fiendish appetite for earthquakes. At the dripping enjambment of a woman, the earth shifts between my teeth and usually never returns the same. Misshapen planets have always tasted better to me, and there is no gravity to my will, only cadence from poetry and a vulgar smile stitched to a sense of humor, hiding the boy with the skin of a scarecrow because it's the only way that his corny heart can ward off the birds and the bees. The only thing that my father ever passed me is this uncanny ability to hurt the people that we love the most. In a split second, I lost the only woman that I ever truly loved. The very next year, at a random doctor's visit, I found out that I was alcohol intolerant. I've drunk so much over the years that liquor has become poisonous to my blood. So my very next shot could very well be my last. You know, God, He has a funny sense of humor. Took away the two things that I harbored on the most, to teach me of love, to teach me that liquor and women are not a cure to my loneliness. So when they ask me, what do you want to be when you grow up? Maybe I should answer, I want to be a pediatrician. One that helps save and heal children, starting with the one within myself. But who would have known in the 15 years that it took to write this poem, that I would have made a stethoscope out of a microphone, write poems out like daily prescriptions, and turn the stage into a patient room for the healing to start within. Because when you are on the search for the divine inside of yourself, you're often led to the harsh realization that you've been more Rick James than First James, or built-in fire escapes inside of your bones. For all the times that you want to run away from the blaze inside of yourself, I used to want to grow up to become a cigarette. Made sense because I'm a cancer, but there's no chemotherapy to my astronomy. I radiate as a magnanimous collage of comic books, plantains, and electric sound, as a sun that is afraid to shine, but always willing to give all of his light to save any one sunset, which is all but the excruciating reality that I do not want to die alone and only be remembered as a small escape with a slow burning pulse, kind of like a cigarette. Come on.